What is going on, people? Welcome back to another YouTube video. I'm back with a good one for you guys today. Kind of. Well, anyways, in today's video I'm going to be talking about my experiences of being scouted for a football academy and how to get scouted based off of my experiences. Now, I'm just saying this is just how I got into an academy. It doesn't mean it will happen for you guys. I mean, it can, depending on who you are, location, etc, etc. But at the end of the day, it's not just you who's going to get there alone, because you're going to have to need people who are going to help you. So let's talk about my story first of all. Wait, before we do that though, if you like this video, please make sure to like, comment and subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you do. Now let's get into the video. Stay hydrated, people. It's hot out there. Before I get into this story about how I got scouted, I want to say I have technically kind of explained this before on my channel. If you haven't seen this video right here, when you finish watching this video, I suggest you go and watch it because you will enjoy it. Please make sure to subscribe. Anyways, back to the story. So it's around 2019 and I've signed for Forney here. Yes, I still have this. I love you, Forney. Please take me back. I don't care if the club's broken. Just remake the club. I miss the club. Just played my first season, 10 goals in 18 appearances in the league. And I'm here thinking I might have a chance of becoming an academy player. I think, yeah. I applied for an open trial at Peterborough United because they're local and that's the closest academy to me. Now they have, with a lot of academies in the English Football League, I don't know if this is the same for clubs abroad as well, they have development systems. So like with Posh, they have the development here, then they had their shadow squad about here, and then at the top of the pyramid, or whatever you want to call this, they had their academy, obviously, the academy being the best. So I applied for the open trial, and lucky enough for me, because this didn't happen for some people, I was invited to their development centre where I could improve from there. So at the beginning of the 19-20 season, I started off in the development. It was that plus the following season that helped me to get scouted. So basically the 19-20 season, let me just explain for you, 44 goals in 15 appearances, top scorer in all the leagues in Peterborough. My name was all over Peterborough. I was writing my name left, right and centre. Every game I went, hat tricks and whatnot. So it was just good, to say the least. Any Parkside players watching, yeah, I know you're crying. 6 goals. No, I'm joking. There's no need for that. So it wasn't around November getting to December time and I was excelling in Sunday League and I was for the development. So they decided to give me a trial, a shadow squad, and obviously I got in. The funny thing was for me though at the time, and again some people may question this due to like the amount of goals I was scoring, Thorney had gone down to Div 2. We got relegated prior to this season because we were struggling a lot and our manager thought it'd be better for us to go down a division. I still think I would have been able to do better in Div 1 in the 19-20 season because we did beat a couple Div 1 teams and did lose by 1 to one of the best in the league, but yeah, it was a disgrace, outrage from the referee. So November time I was given a trial, 2 weeks. I was the only Div 2 player there, everyone else was like Div 1, so they were like themed better than me, or if you want to put it that way, and I got in. And I stayed with the shadow squad for a while. Now February 2020, probably the best month of my life, I'd probably say. Shadow squad game, scored a goal, and then a couple weeks later had a game against the academy. Now this was the academy a year below and they beat us like 7-4. I scored 2 goals and literally the following day I was given an email saying they wanted me to play with them against the London Academy. So at this point things were going very, very well for me and basically I was on the right track to play academy football. I played for them the following Monday, scored 2 goals, we won that game as well, and things were very good for me to the point where I got scouted. I was given an 8-week trial. Now this was going well for me. I was given the chance to play against Wimbledon. Well, I'll say given, but I guess we all know what happened around that time of the year. Coronavirus. So COVID happened, and I noticed from when COVID happened to when it ended, my form just dipped really, because just sitting around doing tossle really. And the trials reopened in September, and I noticed a lot. So the tempo of the academy is quick, obviously. You just gotta be able to get the basics done right, and just gotta perform and impress. Go above and beyond of what the boys already there doing, because those boys, most of them have been playing at the academy since the age of like 7. One of my mates who plays for the academy has been there since 7, and that can tell you a lot about some of the players who have been there. They're from such a young age, so you've got to be doing a lot to impress these coaches. So anyways, I played a game against Lincoln. It was a pre-season game, and that was the only game time I ever got, and even worse, I only got a half game. I felt that was not fair because I only got to play one game, but at the end of the day, is what it is. You gotta do your best to impress. My trial ended, and as a lot of you know, if you've watched the first video, I didn't get in. Aww. But I didn't get in for 3 reasons. Decision making the next pass, making movement or whatnot wasn't good. That goes on to the second thing, movement off the ball. I think it was, the coach said, just knowing where to be and things like that. And the last one, which did shock me and doesn't surprise me as much anymore, is shooting. There were times where we were doing drills and, I don't know, say the goal's here, I'm shooting here, I'm just missing the target really. And that season as well, I was struggling a bit with Thorney because it just became an injury-ridden club really. Everyone was getting injured. First game we had to put our centre back in goal because he got injured. Our goalkeeper had to go left back. It was just pretty crazy to say the least. I still scored a hat-trick, but that game was crazy and we lost that game. So around that time of the year, it was just getting a bit weird. It was a good experience for me, to be honest, but like, I'm a bit sad I didn't get in, and yeah. Right, so now that I've rambled on about me, it's time to give you guys some facts or give you some tips on how to actually get scouted for a football academy. Tip number 1. So the first tip I'd probably say is just be as good as you can, because for some players and some it's just kind of out of luck that they get scouted, because when you're playing, I don't know, Sunday league, Saturday league, whatever day you play, there's always going to be someone watching you. You just don't know what they're going to look like, who it's going to be, so you've always got to do your best. Even if it's just a friendly game, just do your best, because you never know where that's going to end you up. But yeah, things like that. If you're just play to impress, you got to be the game changer in the game. If you're being subbed on, do your best. Just try and score, try and create chances, just add something to the game. Always make sure you're trying to bring something to the game to not only helping your team as well as yourself. The second tip I'll probably say is applying for an open trial like I did, because I guess that's like the start of how it all eventually came together. So for clubs, you can always apply for open trials and whatnot, and if you're good enough, they can give you a trial, or they can send you to their development centres and you can just keep working from there like I did, and that can eventually lead you to their academy. I know countless players who play professional now, they've said in their story that they started off in development centres for their club and worked their way up to the top. So you can do that as well. Make sure you're training as much as you can as well, getting the basics done, because in academies, what I noticed as well, because it's not really about the flair and trickery as much, it's just down to getting the basics done well and being able to do it well, because those players in academies are no better than you. You can do the same thing they can do, it's just they can do the basics better than you, and that's what the coaches like to see more. Make sure you're training effectively so it actually benefits you in the future for games and things like that. I'd probably say the last thing is just don't give up on your dream. If you want to become a professional footballer, keep working. Even if you're playing semi-pro now, you can still work your way up through the ranks and become a professional footballer. So just keep on going and keep on playing. You never know what's going to happen, so just keep on going. Make sure you're watching the professionals to know what the standards are kind of like, knowing what to do tactically. Make sure you've got your basics locked on, because that's probably what they want to see more. If you're doing Neymar, doing rainbow flicks and everything, but you have no end product, then that's not going to be really effective. But if you're doing simple step overs, getting the ball into the box and creating something, they prefer that. So make sure you get your basics, all of that stuff, make sure you got that. I'd probably say that's it in terms of from what I know. I know there's probably a lot more things out there and a lot more things you could Google and you'll get more answers. But this is just coming from me and based off my experiences and from what I know. So I'm gonna end the video there then, folks. I hope you have learned a couple things about how to get scouted for a football academy. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.